Hey guys, my name is Matimio, and ever since the Endgame DLC has been released, now that all the expansion packs are out there, I have been receiving the question, what do you think are the top 5 best maps in the game? And I gave this a lot of thought because there are a lot of great maps, but I think I have finally condensed it down to my top 5 favorite, or what I think are the best. And so pretty much for today, I wanted to talk about each of them, my reasons why, and then get your guys' opinion on them. So number 5, I know is going to be a little controversial, especially for you console players out there, but for me personally, Caspian Border is easily one of the best maps for Battlefield 3, and really for the Battlefield franchise in general. I remember the very first time I jumped into this map, it was way back when the beta was going on. DICE finally gave the PC players access to try out Caspian Border, and I fell in love instantaneously. It was one of those maps that is so gorgeous. There's so much detail. The graphics back then, you know, it was like the first time we got to see how magnificent the Battlefield 3 graphics were, the Frostbite 2 engine, how everything performed. And I remember running around in the middle of it and thinking, my God, I feel like I'm on the battlefield. There is action going on all around me. I may not see it, but everything is so crystal clear. It's amazing. It was really an experience, and it's something I haven't forgotten to this day, and it's one of the reasons why I love this map so much. And not only that, but the map design itself just works really well. I know it's a lot more condensed than a lot of people really would like, especially for the hardcore PC community, but it flows very well. It's kind of got this circular motion to it where everything really revolves around Hilltop, and then you kind of expand out from there. But I just love the layout of the map. It's one of those maps I fell in love with from the very beginning. So it's definitely my my number 5 spot. Now, Grand Bazaar is my number 4 pick, and I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this map, and that's all due in part because of the 3 lanes. You got the left and the right road, and the center alleyway. And when you have everyone playing the objective, each side is equally skilled, you have this great tug-of-war where both teams are trying to push the objectives, and it leads to some of the most amazing firefights and matches that you can experience in the game. But on the other hand, if you join like a 64-man server, even the lower player count servers suffer from this as well. It turns into a grenade fest, res trains everywhere, and something that kind of sucks, and something they don't really like to be a part of. And so as long as you can get past that, and as long as the planets don't really have to align, but as long as both teams are really trying to play the objective, you can have some of the most amazing matches on Grand Bazaar, and it's all due in part because of those 3 lanes that we all know and love. So Epicenter is my number 3 spot, and I love the Aftermath DLC. I really think that DICE hit a home run with this expansion pack, and Epicenter is one of those reasons why. I love the way that the map is laid out. It has a lot of great elevation changes. It has a lot of nice long corridors like Grand Bazaar, where you can have these really awesome firefights. You can identify where the enemy is coming from, so you always know where action is. But at the same time, it also has some great flanking routes, so you're not getting as bogged down like you do in Grand Bazaar, and if you want to, you can flank your enemy and go on these awesome kill streaks. I've had some of the craziest flanks that I've ever had in this game on Epicenter, simply for that reason, because you know where the enemy is coming from, you know those long lanes, and you can take advantage of it if you know how to flank efficiently, and it leads to some epic moments. The map does have some weaknesses. The road in the center can get a little crazy if you're playing on a 64-man server, and trying to get across it can get a little nuts. And also the B objective, I think it's the B objective, the one in the back, the spawn, is pretty terrible. But other than that, easily one of my favorite maps in the game. Now, for my number 2 pick, that is going to have to go on over to Azadi Palace. And I had a hard time deciding if this should be my number 1 or my number 2, because I think it's that good. It has a great city section. If you like urban combat, you like that close encounter conflict, that's in there. But also, if you want to use long-range weapons, it has that aplenty. If you want to use the G3A3 or the AN94, head on over to the Palace or the Field section. It has pretty much everything you would want in an infantry map, and it does it very well. It does have tanks, it does have vehicles, and while those will swing the favor onto your team if you know how to use them effectively, since the map is so well constructed, if you are with an organized squad, or even if you're just running with a bunch of randoms, as long as you know how to switch on over to an engineer class, those tanks can be dispatched fairly quickly. And so it just seems like one of those maps that are the complete package. It has everything that you would want if you are infantry focused, which I usually am, and it's the reason why I like it so much. Now for the grand finale, my number one pick, which I'm sure a lot of you have already predicted by now, is Strike at Karkand. And I know that this is not a Battlefield 3 original. It's been in a lot of the previous Battlefield titles, and I kind of wrestled with the idea, well, maybe this shouldn't be the number one slot because it's, you know, it's not an original. But I said, screw that, it's my favorite map in the game, I think it's the best, and every single time I join a match on this map, I always leave satisfied. It pretty much is the epitome of what you would want for infantry combat. It's got great lanes, there's plenty of flanking routes, you never feel too exposed, and as long as you know how to work the map, you can always have an amazing match and go really, really positive. It's one of those maps I always do well on, and it's because it's just constructed so well. I will admit that it does have one problem, and that is if the offensive team can't push out from the objective immediately when the match starts, it can get a little campy, but as long as they do get someone back there and they start to back cap, the map really starts to open up and truly becomes my favorite map in Battlefield 3. But yeah, guys, that is my list of what I think are the top 5 best maps in the game, but I'd like to know what your top 5 favorites are. Let me know down below in the comment section, maybe explain why you like them so much. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and until tomorrow, guys, have a good one and take it easy.